Good evening, Presidians. What an introduction. My name is Meg Burritt, and I am a grocer. I graduated from Presidio in 2010. I was C9. Someone just pointed out to me backstage that was half a decade ago, which makes me feel really old, but it's been an amazing 5 years since I graduated, and I'm looking forward to telling you guys a little bit about it. So I'm here to tell you my entrepreneurship story. I work for a company called Raley's. For those of you that don't know it, Raley's is a 118-unit chain of grocery stores in Northern California and Nevada. We have a strong natural foods presence, but we're considered a conventional grocer. We have a diverse portfolio of real estate with a really interesting array of customers that shop in our stores. And really what we are is a neighborhood grocery store. We have beautiful, clean stores, the best fresh products, and great people who care working in them. And it's at this amazing company that I've had the opportunity to develop a sustainability program from scratch as the Director of Wellness and Sustainability. So a little bit more about Raley's. It's family owned and operated, founded in 1935. So that's 80 years of being owned and run by the very same family. Being family owned is a very important cultural tenet at Raley's, and our 12,000 employees definitely identify with family ownership aspect of their everyday lives. The founder, Tom Raley, was known as an innovator. He was the very first grocer to ever combine a drug center and a grocery store under one roof and call it a supermarket. He was also the first to bring natural foods into a conventional grocery store as a store within a store. So when I built my business case for my current job that I occupy, I definitely built it on Tom Raley's legacy. Because I know that if Tom were here today, he would be a believer in sustainability. And he would see it for what it is, which is a differentiating strategy that's just good business. So I've been in my role now for 15 months. When I first took the job, I had no idea where to start. So I pulled down all of my Presidio textbooks and I flipped through them and panicked. And then I did what Presidians do best, stakeholder engagement. So I held a day-long offsite where I brought together internal stakeholders from different areas of our very vertically integrated business. And we spent a day doing actually a SWOT analysis, the first time that some people had ever done one, talking about accomplishments that we had in sustainability from the past and what we wanted to do in the future. Then we laid out all of our priorities on a materiality matrix and bucketed everything that we wanted to accomplish at Raley's. Everything ended up falling into 3 distinct categories, and you won't be surprised to hear: people, human sustainability; planet, environmental sustainability; and lastly, most importantly to me, plate, which is food system sustainability. We tied back all of our goals and priorities to our recently reinvigorated mission, vision, and values, which we call the Raley's Way. And our vision, infusing life with health and happiness, is the perfect touchstone for what we're trying to do in sustainability at Raley's. Then we spent the next 6 months writing our first ever CSR report, which will be released later this summer. Thank you, thank you. This is a sneak peek. No one has seen this yet, so you guys should feel really excited. So it's lofty, but our goal for our sustainability work at Raley's is to change the world one plate at a time. One core area of work for us, plate, really focuses on what I think is our biggest opportunity as retailers, and that's sourcing strategy. To this end, this year, we've developed 2 new private label brands, Raley's Purely Made and Raley's Organic. We have a strong penetration of private label products at Raley's, so our customers are accustomed to shopping our owned brands. By offering Raley's Purely Made, which is our natural product line, we've developed our own guardrails for ingredients, which has turned the tables on our vendors. Instead of them coming to us and saying what we should be selling on our shelves, we're going to them and saying, this is what our customers are asking for, and that's more choice when it comes to nutrition and ingredients in the products that they're buying from us. We developed Raley's Organic because we wanted to offer a value-priced alternative on our shelves to those customers that wanted to buy organic but maybe couldn't afford those national brands. And I may be biased because this is my baby, but I think this is changing the world one plate at a time. So we've accomplished a lot in a year, and we have so much more to do. But it has not been easy. Developing a sustainability program within a well-established corporation is always difficult, and it's especially hard in a conservative industry like grocery. And I just don't mean conservative because of all of the Mr. Whipples that I work with. Does anybody recognize Mr. Whipple? Hands in the audience? Okay. If you don't, you should Google it. It's hilarious. I mean because there's just not a lot of capital to go around in grocery. So we focus a lot on the low-hanging fruit of grocery sustainability. We've done a ton of refrigeration efficiency, energy efficiency, waste stream management, et cetera. But there's a lot of projects that are just as important for whom the IRR is just not as compelling for those guys in our finance department. So when I'm dealing with these kinds of frustrating challenges, the everyday challenges of implementing sustainability at a corporation, I rely really heavily on my persistence, my optimism, my now well-developed ability to compromise, and my Presidio-founded skills in networking and negotiation. And at the end of the day, I've learned that it's very important to come to the table with a rock-solid business case, but it's just as important to come to the table with patience and an open mind. And with that, I'd like to show you a commercial that we've been running for the last 6 months talking about our sustainability strategy at Raley's. Sustainability is about the little decisions that you make every day. At Raley's, that means partnering with the right growers, farmers, and manufacturers that are thinking about their influence on the earth and hoping to sustain it for future generations. My name is Meg Burritt. I'm the Director of Wellness and Sustainability at Raley's. Our vision for partnering with more farmers, growers, manufacturers is that eventually organic and natural will be the norm. Lundberg operates in our backyard. They're in our community, we're in theirs. We buy their products and sell it. I would love it if we could partner with more growers like that in the future. And so that means talking to them and understanding where their needs are, understanding how they're growing and manufacturing products, and then helping them to become more sustainable companies onto themselves, and then together we can grow. And so for Raley's, that means a lot more organic and natural options on the shelf, in the produce department, in the meat department. And for our consumers, that means having a lot more affordable and readily available healthy products to feed their families. In weed control, a conventional grower may use an herbicide, whereas an organic grower may choose to use alternative means. There are solar and wind farms here in California, so we can choose to buy certain types of energy, and we try our best to source from sustainable sources. Organic agriculture doesn't use chemical or artificial inputs. The growing is conducted in a manner that is better for the earth and really renews the soil as opposed to just stripping it of its nutrients. Each decision that you make is a vote in one direction or another, and at Raley's we're trying to lean more towards being more sustainably minded in all of our decisions too. We're all part of one big community here, and if we don't all think and talk about it, then we won't be able to solve the problem. To learn more about our sustainability efforts, visit Raley's family of stores on YouTube.